Right, guys, looks like we are live. What is going on? I hope you're having an amazing day. And what I'm going to show you in today's training, okay, is four key things, right? I just thought of another one right there. Four key things that will make or break your coaching business, okay? So when you're building your coaching business, there are certain things where it's like if you get it right from the start, everything else becomes easier. Okay. But if you don't get it right, if you get it wrong, what will happen is you'll be working, grafting non-stop, but you won't be getting the results that you want, right? And what's even more frustrating is when you look around and you see someone else who's seemingly doing the same thing as you, okay, but they're getting results and you're not getting results, okay? And a lot of the time people have no idea why, okay? But it is because of these key things, all right? So I'm going to get straight into this. By the way, if you're watching this in the group, all right, just leave a comment. Let me know, where you're from. I just like to see kind of names pop up and stuff like that. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you like the video and drop a comment, all right? Let me know your kind of key takeaways and anything else you want to see, all right? And I'll get some content done on it. But anyway, as this is a live, all right, I'm just going to get straight into it, okay? So the first thing, right, that is going to make or break your coaching or consulting business is your actual offer. Now, let me just kind of break this down because you're probably thinking, yeah, obviously, Ryan, okay, but there are two things when it comes to the offer, right, that really kind of move the needle, and a lot of people get these wrong, okay? So the first thing, right, is not making their offer unique. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much value you pack into your offer, doesn't matter how many deliverables you have, doesn't matter how kind of irresistible it seems, when it comes to what you're offering versus the price point. Okay, if your offer is not unique, people are not going to pay attention. Simple as that. It's going to go in one ear and out the other. Okay, so it's not enough just to have a great offer. You have to have a unique offer. And the way that we do this, okay, is by creating a unique process. So let's say you want to get your prospect from point A to point B, okay? What you're going to have is you're going to have a series of steps that have to be followed in order to get there. I'm not going to go too in depth on this right now. I could honestly teach you this stuff for like probably a couple of hours, all right? But you're going to have a series of steps and you need to clarify what those steps are in order to get someone from A to B. If you don't know what those steps are, you shouldn't even be crafting an offer, okay? You shouldn't even be coaching. Simple as that, okay? But here's what you do. Once you have those steps, you need 1 to 2 of them. So let's say you have 3 to 5 steps. You need 1 to 2 of those steps to be a unique mechanism, all right? And the unique mechanism is the part of the process that makes the rest of the process work, all right? So just to give you an example here, at a super high level, our process consists of crafting an irresistible offer, implementing a Facebook group strategy, okay, having a solid messenger process, having a solid content strategy, having a solid messenger and sales process, and then a predictable ad strategy, all right? Now, in those 5 steps, we have a couple of unique mechanisms, all right? So first of all, the way that we do content is unique, okay? Because we actually do less content. I spend about an hour and a half a week on content within our Facebook group, okay? But the content is geared towards getting people to reach out and engage and find out what we do, okay? We call it high leverage content. Secondly, our ad strategy that we use is unique, very predictable, numbers-based, low risk, okay? Also, with our appointment setting, the messenger, the conversation frameworks that we use are unique. We created them. You can't get them anywhere else, okay? So we have a few different unique mechanisms within our process, and that's what allows us to sell our offer really, really easily, because when we talk about these mechanisms, okay, people realize, oh, if I'm going to use these super effective mechanisms, I have to work with Ryan. I can't get them elsewhere, all right? So take a look at your offer, because all the time I see coaches who have an offer and they kind of run me through the offer, and I'm like, people can get that anywhere, right? People can get that stuff anywhere. And if people feel like they can get what you're offering them somewhere else, they're not going to buy from you, okay? So it has to be unique. Now, secondly, it also has to be scalable. All right. I see people all the time crafting an offer where they haven't sold it yet. They're just putting it together and they're crafting it in a way that is unscalable. And all that's going to happen here is, yeah, you might get a couple of clients on board, but there's going to be a massive bottleneck when it comes to actually delivering that offer, because you're not going to be able to bring more and more and more people in because the fulfillment is going to break. All right. So the key here is to make sure that you strike up the right balance between one-on-one elements and group / leveraged elements, okay? So if you do a program that is like 100% group, people get no support whatsoever, or let's just say it's only a digital course with no other deliverables, that's infinitely scalable, but in my opinion, it's going to suck and you're not going to get the results that people want, okay? However, on the flip side, if all you do is one-on-one and all of your coaching consists of, let's say, a weekly one-on-one call with every single client, well, you're really going to be capped out at about 15, 20 clients, all right? Because obviously you have other stuff to do throughout the week as well, right? But you don't want to be spending 20-something hours a week on coaching calls. Trust me, your life's going to be miserable and you will want to just jump out the window, okay? So your offer has to be unique and it has to be scalable, okay? So now let's talk about the second point. Okay, and the second point is, okay, your traffic source. All right, this is a massive make or break part of your business. All right, how are you actually bringing people into your business? Now, there are two ways. I mean, technically, there are more than two. You can use affiliates and things like that, right? But there are two main ways, all right, that you're going to bring people into your business. You're gonna use either organic methods, okay, or you're going to use paid, which is basically ads, okay? Now, guys, I can't stress this enough. If you try and rely on organic methods to grow your business, it is going to be painful, all right? Can you get some clients? Like if your goal is to make like $5,000 a month, like maybe 10 grand a month, like, yeah, you can hit that with organic, but you're just going to be grinding day after day after day. All right. It's just not scalable. If you put out a few pieces of content, let's say this month, and they get you some clients, right? There's no guarantee that if you put those pieces of content out next month, that you'll also get clients, right? Like it could land this month, it could completely flop next month. Same way, let's say if you implement an organic strategy this month and it makes you $5,000, you can't just quadruple whatever you did next month and think you're going to hit 20 grand. It just doesn't work like that, right? And you only have a certain number of hours in the day. You can't just keep doing more and more and more and more, all right? So you're going to want to go down the paid route, guys. When you understand how to implement an ad strategy, a low risk ad strategy, right? We start all of our clients off on $5 to $10 per day. Even if they've got a big budget, even if they've got a ton of money, we just say $5 to $10 a day, reverse engineer what the numbers need to look like, implement a strategy with that small budget, track the numbers, and when you can see that you're turning $1 into $5 or more, now you know you're profitable, and then you can reinvest those profits and scale up that way, okay? I hope that makes sense, guys. Paid is the way to go. If you want quick results, quick gains in your business, paid is the way to go, all right? So that is the second make or break component of your coaching business. Now, let's get into the third, all right? So the third one is your actual funnel itself, all right? What kind of funnel, what kind of system are you using to attract clients? Because in 2024, there are some systems that work better than others, right? You can implement any kind of funnel really and see some results. But what you're going to find is that some are effective and some are not. And some of them scale really well and some of them don't, okay? So, you might have, you've got low ticket funnels, you've got webinar funnels, you've got VSL funnels, right? Other people, they just have like a social funnel. So they just do organic outreach on social media, and then they have their profile as the funnel, okay? But we've noticed that there is one funnel, I spoke about this a couple of videos ago, right? Last one before that, I'm not sure. There's one funnel that just stands out above all the rest, And we've literally made like $3.5 million from this one funnel over the past few years. And that is a Facebook group funnel. Okay. A Facebook group funnel is so easy to make work. Okay. And it scales really, really well also. All right. We hit our first 40 grand month in our business, literally in our first month of our current offer, our current program. We hit 40 grand and we had 300 people in the group. $40,000 from 300 people, right? You can figure out what that is. It's like 130 bucks, like for every single member, right? And we were buying group members for like 10 bucks and making $130 per month per member, right? It's crazy. That's never going to happen if you run like a VSL funnel, right? The reason this works so well is if you can run an ad, you can get someone to click on the ad, and then you can get them to join your Facebook group, right? You can speak to them in the DMs, which you can't do if somebody opts into a webinar, okay? But you can also nurture like crazy again and again and again and again with your content every single day, okay? And when you couple those together, when you're actually speaking to someone while they're watching your stuff every single day, it develops this relationship where they just feel like they know you, okay? And I can't even count how many times someone's jumped on a call with me and they're like, Ryan, I feel like I know you. I've been watching your stuff for like a month or 2 months or 6 months. Makes for a very, very easy conversion from a prospect to a happy client, okay? So your funnel is key. Guys, if you have a business coaching offer, maybe you're a fitness coach, relationship, dating coach, real estate, like these kinds of things, this is all you need. This is all you need. You don't need to go making tons and tons of products and tons of funnels and upsells and downsells and all that. You don't need any of that stuff. You just need to know how to have a Facebook group and to get people into it and how to turn them into clients, all right? And if you want our help doing that, just go down to the description or wherever it is, wherever you're watching this. There'll be a link. You can schedule a call with me personally, all right? And I'll show you exactly how we do this, okay? So that's number 3. And then let's get into number 4. This is the 4th make or break, and that is your appointment setting process. Okay, I've seen a bunch of coaches who have like a solid funnel in place, right? Their content's decent, they're consistent, but they're just not booking calls and they're not getting clients, and they don't know why. And it's not until I dive into what they're doing and look at what they're doing and I realize their appointment setting process is absolutely trash, for lack of a better word, okay? So there's 3 things that you need to have super dialed in when it comes to your appointment setting process if you want to scale consistently. And I'm going to share those with you now, okay? So the first thing you need is what I call clear lead streams. All right. So let's say you have a Facebook group, you've got people coming in. When I say clear lead streams, what I mean is you have to be crystal clear on where your conversations and where your opportunities are coming from. All right. A lot of people, what they do is they just jump onto Facebook and then they just start messaging people in other groups, right? And that's one lead stream, I guess, but it's a shit lead stream. Okay. You have to know exactly where all of your conversations are coming from. I can't get into this right now because I don't have time, but like an example of this might be new group members. That's one lead stream, new group members. Every day you message new group members, okay? A second lead stream could be people who have commented on a post asking for a resource. That's a second lead stream. A third lead stream might be someone who's responded to your call to actions in your emails. And then you make sure you get back to those people, right? And when you do this properly, you're going to have like 10 to 15 solid lead streams that you can hit every single day to turn those people into calls, okay? But you can't rely on guesswork. You can't just jump in and be like, I'm just going to message like 10 people and hopefully book a call. It doesn't work like that, okay? You have to have solid lead streams and a solid step-by-step workflow that you can follow every single day to book calls, okay? Now, secondly, it's going to be your conversation framework. So let's say you get into a conversation with a prospect, okay? Do you have a solid flow that you can follow where you know it books calls almost 100% of the time, okay? If I'm speaking to somebody on Messenger or on Facebook or whatever, somebody reaches out, okay, and that person is qualified, okay, so they're actually a potential candidate to work with us, I'm going to book them in for a call 100% of the time. Why is that? Because we just know what we need to ask, we know what we need to say, word for word, in order to make sure that we get people booked in. All right. I see people all the time speaking to prospects, but they just have no real direction of what they're doing with the conversation, right? They don't know how to steer the conversation where they want it to go. You have to have solid conversation frameworks to follow. Okay. And then last but not least, you got your pipeline and follow up. All right. Your pipeline and follow up. People say the fortune's in the follow up. It's true. It's true. I've lost count of the number of times that I've reached out to someone who I haven't spoken to for 3 months, and they're like, yeah, Ryan, ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. Send an invoice, paid the invoice. And I'm like, wow, that would not have happened if I hadn't have followed up with this person from 3 months ago, right? So you have to have solid processes in place when it comes to your pipeline and your follow-up, okay? So you want to be following up with most of your prospecting day to day should be follow-up, okay? So just to give you some kind of KPIs, my team kind of handle emails, inbox, like all this kind of stuff, right? And across the board, we send about 200 messages per day. So that just gives you a little bit of context, right? If you're sending like 10, 20 messages a day and thinking, oh, I'm not seeing results, it's not working, why is it not working? Well, that's why, it's a volume thing, okay? And this isn't cold outreach, by the way, guys. This is either people who have reached out to us or people that have reached out to us before and we're touching base with them again. So these aren't cold prospects. But we send about 200 messages per day, all right? And out of that, it's usually about 50 new leads and 150 follow-ups. Okay, obviously it varies a lot, right? But generally it's 3/4 follow-up, 1/4 new leads. Okay. Now, in order to know who to follow up with, you have to have a pipeline. Okay. We use a tool. I'm not pitching this or anything like that. I don't have time to jump into my screen and run you guys through it. Maybe I can do that in another video. But we use a tool called Group Track CRM. So if you just Google it, right, Group Track CRM, or I can leave a link down below as well. That is a really, really good tool that allows you to take all of your leads from Facebook and Instagram and turn them into a pipeline. All right. So when you have a pipeline, let's say you have like new leads, people who have engaged, people who are qualified, people who have shown interest, people who have booked a call, people who are not ready, people who have closed, or people who are not qualified. Okay, that's a pipeline. So now once you can get your leads into that pipeline, all it becomes is just a case of moving them from one stage to the next. All right, then you can be strategic about your follow-up. So I'm going to move people from this stage to this stage, and then from this stage to this stage, right? Rather than just jumping into your Facebook inbox and just aimlessly sending messages, all right? That's not strategic enough, and it's not going to work. It's not going to be effective, okay? So that is it. Number 4, guys, right? Your appointment setting process has to be on point, all right? So once again, guys, if you've got any questions about this stuff, leave them in the comments. I'm here to help you, and I'll be able to help you in a big, big way with any questions that you've got, all right? So just leave them down below. Also, if you want help with this, like I said before, okay, if you just go down into the description, all right, there'll be a link that will take you to this page here. All right. If you want to work personally with me and my team, and we can help you implement our step-by-step strategies to scale your coaching business to 10K, 20K, 30K a month, schedule a call with me personally. We'll put together a plan, okay, a step-by-step plan right there on the call. And then if you want our help implementing it, we can chat about that as well. All right. Also, if you do go to this page and then scroll down, you can just see a few examples of what we've helped people do. We've literally helped people hit 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month in like 60 to 90 days. And that's from scratch. I'm not even joking. It's crazy. So what we do works. If you have something that you're passionate about, you have something that can help the world, but you want to get it out there to more people and obviously make more money and live a better life for yourself in the process, this will be perfect for you. Okay. So hit the link in the description, schedule a call, and we can chat about it. All right. But other than that, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you found this valuable, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.